Hey, how's everybody doing? Another walk and talk here. So let's talk about the crypto markets. And let's talk about, I guess, all the markets really and what's going on. But before we do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, assuming you want to hear from me. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, things are rough right now. I guess the short of it is, this is the volatility is the price of admission in this crypto space. The markets are just in a weird spot right now. We thought we were going to get some rate cuts in December after the one that we just had recently, but now the odds makers are saying that that's less than 50% chance. And so a lot of the rate cuts get priced in ahead of time. And I don't know that we're going to get those this December. It's about 50-50, just below 50-50. And so when there's no rate cuts, that means, people aren't willing to take as much risk, right? And so we have to deal with that. But yeah, big. Last time I looked, Bitcoin's at $92,000. Yeah, it was where we hit a high of like 125, 126, and now we're down to 92. If you haven't been in this game long, it looks like Armageddon. That it's going to zero, which it's not. It won't ever go to zero, but people just like to say that it will. So yeah, it's just the cost of admission that you pay to be part of this game that we're in here. How are you? So, what do we do? Well, you have to keep plugging along. When you see price come down like this at 92, could we see the 80s? Yeah. Could we see the 70s? Sure. And I think 70s is probably about where we're going to bottom out. I mean, because at some point the sellers get exhausted, right? There's just nobody else to sell. And so it can only then reverse its way back up. But even the NASDAQ and the Dow, they're not doing well either. Job market issues, the government shutdown. It's just issues all over the place. Housing is not doing well. Inflation, stuff's still expensive. Have you guys seen the price of beef lately? I mean, good grief. I mean, it's unbelievable. The cost of a pound of hamburger meat is through the friggin' roof. And so, yeah, that eats into people. Now we're getting hit with health insurance costs. And I saw this morning. The average family got like $27,000 a year in costs. It was actually an article, I think it was actually written by Newt Gingrich, an editorial piece or an opinion piece that I read, and how he stated in there it's $26,000, $27,000 the average family spends annually on healthcare. That's unsustainable. And he had some proposals and some ideas, because the customer has left the room and is not part of the discussion when it comes to the cost of healthcare. It's just the doctors, the hospitals, the insurance companies, and the government. They're the ones that are getting all the say and trying to do it on the behalf of the patient, right? Or the person paying. Yeah, right. So anyway, that's that. So with crypto's going to come back. I've been in this space for 5 years now. I got in it at the top in 2021. I've ridden this thing up and down multiple times. But over the long haul, if you're in the good assets, the top assets, what would those be? In my mind, there's just about a handful of them that you can rest assured that probably aren't going to go anywhere. Maybe 2 handfuls. And I'll even name them right here. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. It now is a great time to be stacking Bitcoin. A great time. Even if it goes lower. You don't go all in right now. Just go make you a buy. Get you a little bit. If it goes lower, you're able to get even more. Because you never know when it's going to go turn around and wick up. And it will wick up fast. And you'll be caught. If you're not paying attention, you'll be caught with nothing. And you'll have missed a big run up. So dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Ethereum. Ethereum isn't going anywhere, folks. There's too much institutional adoption around Ethereum. A lot of these real world assets, these stocks. I'm climbing this big hill, by the way. The stocks moving on chain, tokenized assets, that stuff is all leveraging Ethereum one way or the other. Ethereum is not going anywhere. And then we're about to get a big upgrade to Ethereum that's going to speed up transaction time. So that's big. And I think that's going to catch people off guard. So what have we talked about? We talked about Bitcoin and we talked about Ethereum. 2 must-haves. Number 3, Solana. Some people would put Solana before Ethereum, and I probably would too. Get Solana. Now's a good time. Last I looked is around 140-ish, maybe just below, upper 130s. I mean, anything under 200 there is a buy, in my opinion. I mean, that Solana's huge. Get some Solana. Next on the list, Chainlink. Chainlink hasn't really moved tons over the years, but it is the backbone of all blockchain and all crypto technology. It's the oracle that runs all this stuff. It provides the price feeds to all the exchanges, to the DeFi exchanges. It's a must-have. So that's another one that I would put my hands on. Another one is Sui, S-U-I, Sui. I would be acquiring Sui. All these assets are now depressed there in the bottom dump. And that's how people that's how people make it in this space. They buy low and there's blood in the streets, when everything is fearful. That's when people come in and they acquire. And that's why people, and they have patience. They have a longer time horizon in this space. It's not just right this second. And what you also have to realize too is, man, people have to learn some patience. And I talked about that in one of my recent videos, patience. You know, you've got to chill out. You know, what good does it do you? So if you're into Bitcoin or into Ethereum or whatever, and say you bought it at kind of at a high point, relatively speaking, and you're towards the top or whatever, and then now you're looking at how down it is, in your mind, and your convenient justification, you're trying to tell yourself everything that's going, I'm going to lose it all. I'm going to lose it all. I'm just going to zero. I'm not going to get any more back. It's all going to zero. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? And I'm getting the messages from people. And that's why I'm doing this, by the way. I've had some people reach out and say, hey, you got to do a video on this, on the markets right now, crypto and even the equities, what's going on right now. And I shout out to my brother-in-law back in Georgia for kind of pushing this one into inspiration, I guess, into reality. But yeah, I mean, it's just part of it. And you have to change your mindset to be happy when you see that it comes down so low, because this fear sets in that it's going away. It's going to go zero, literally zero. Like it's just poof, gone. Bitcoin is gone forever. That's not going to happen. That is just not going to happen. There's too many people out there that are willing to buy it at about any price. They're going to come in and dollar cost average and gobble it back up. Michael Saylor, he's buying like mad right now. Do you think the institutions are not buying right now? Oh, they're gobbling it up. And that wouldn't be, I wouldn't be so sure if it wasn't the institutions that are driving the price down, right? We've talked about this. They want to get it as cheap as they can get it. They're late to the game, and they have the power. They have the strength with money to be able to drive that price down. They have the ability to get fear settled in, so it drives that price down. And then what do? They come in and just start gobbling it up, because they know the grand plan is it's going higher, up and to the right. And if you zoom out, I mean, we're way up. Even in the 90s, we're still way up. I just remember 2 years ago, we were in the 30s, the upper 20s, 30s. I mean, and here we are now in the 90s, and people are in panic mode, like Earth's going to burn right this second. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm buying. I'm going to keep buying and keep buying the good stuff. I'm not buying, coin number 675 on the coin market cap list, or coin number that's market cap 2,465. I'm not buying that one. I'm not going to invest in altcoins that are way down, that barely have $10 million of market cap, that are just fly by night. I'm not doing that. I'm going to stick to the solid projects at the top. We named them again: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, Chainlink. What's some others that I would throw in there? XRP. XRP has just got too much buzz, too much community. I'm not a fan of it. I had it at one point, a lot of it, and I got tired of all the drama around it, and the lawsuit and the SEC and all that. I got sick and tired of it. And I also think that their tech and what they're pushing ain't all that. All the banks are going to use XRP only. I don't think so. I don't think that's. I don't see, not as hyped up as people make it out to be. But it's solid. It's got a huge community. I mean, look at it. It's ranked up there at the top, towards the top. So hey. But that's just not for me. HBAR, Hedera. That's another one that I like. I like Avalanche. That's another one that I like. Those two are solid. There's a bunch of turkeys up here crossing the street. Big turkeys too. We got some turkeys in Tennessee, a lot of them. If I get up here close enough, I'll switch this camera around and let y'all see what's going on here. They're not, the humans, they don't care. It's like it's Thanksgiving time frame and the turkeys are out. Let's see if I can let me flip this around here and see if I can give you. Let's see. Trying to find the zoom for y'all. That's obviously pan up and pan down, but y'all see. Yeah, we got the turkeys in Tennessee. We were in a neighborhood not long ago. That was probably about a year ago. That's a ways from here, and picking somebody up, and we were riding through the neighborhood, and I tell you, there was hundreds of turkeys just in yard, right, just all in this big area, in people's yards, in the street, crossing the street. It was unbelievable amount of turkeys. But there's a lot of turkeys in Tennessee. Anyway, so yeah, back to the regularly scheduled programming. The crypto market, what's going on? Yeah, I understand the fear. I get it. I'm not too happy either. I mean, it sucks. I mean, I'm watching my portfolio go down, and I've ridden this thing up and down and up and down. But what I've learned is to stick to the solid projects. Buy when there's blood in the streets, when there's fear everywhere, is the time when generational wealth is made. That's when the money is made. Just step back from things for a minute, and don't worry about all the little nitty-gritty details. It's not all that important in the grand scheme of things. Just focus on acquiring the good assets. Stay away from the meme coins and the fringe stuff that nobody knows about, the get rich quick stuff. The chances of that happening are very slim. I've been in this space for 5 years, and I hadn't hit one of those yet, and I've dabbled with it a couple times, and I just got to the point where it's just a waste of time and money that I could be investing in something else. So that's really, and equities aren't doing well either. Tech's taking it on the chin. There's a lot of fear about AI. Are we in a bubble? And I don't particularly think so. Maybe a little bit of one, but I just think there's too much demand. Relatively speaking, for AI, there's just too much momentum, too much need to grow that. And if you guys haven't really used AI much, oh my goodness, I mean, it's been a life changer for me, and what I can get accomplished. I really think you should get into learning how to use these AI tools. It's just for simple productivity reasons alone. But yeah, I get it. Crypto's in the dumps right now, but look, it wasn't long ago when we were at these numbers. I mean, it really wasn't. And we get so fixed on it should be up and to the right and forever. And when things are good, everybody's loving it. But as soon as things get a little bit not so good, it is the end of the world. And people have to change that mindset. We've got people taking on too much leverage. Taking 20x leverage, 50x leverage, just silly leverage that you're going to get liquidated. I mean, your orders are right there out in the public, and if you're taking on that kind of leverage, you're just asking for it. That you're not going to win that game. You might get lucky and pop one every now and then, but for the most part, that one time, it's like going to Vegas, right? That one time is what keeps you coming back, and then they're going to eventually get it out of you. It's stacked against you. The odds are stacked against you. So as long as you play that game, you're going to get burned. So when we get rid of some of that nonsense of people finally learn their lesson, or they get shaken out like what's happened. That's why retail's gone, because they're all a bunch of gamblers and they left, and now there's just not much liquidity. It's just the rest of us OGs, the people that have been around a while, that are the ones that are just hanging out, just acquiring when we can, and have the long-term vision in this whole game, and that's what you have to have. Just like investing in equities, you just have to be patient, acquire the good assets when they're down, those solid ones that we know that are going to be here, and go from there. What else was I going to tell y'all about all of this market stuff? Oh, fundamentals. The fundamentals in crypto haven't been better. They've never been better. I mean, we're talking about, we've got the Stablecoin Act got passed. Stablecoins are on fire. We have the Clarity, this Clarity Act that Cynthia Loomis from Wyoming is trying to get pushed through, and apparently we're supposed to have that by the end of the year. That's huge. We got pro-crypto president administration in office, and you got to know that all of them, they don't want it to go down, they want it to go up, but they also know how to play the game, and they also want to get this stuff cheap. They're no different than anybody else, and you have to have that mindset too. You need to be salivating when it goes down. That's how you have to train your mindset, instead of oh my god, I'm going to sell everything because I'd rather have my 20 cents than none at all, and thinking it's going to zero. No, you need to be going and scrapping up some cash wherever you can find it, is to buy some more Bitcoin, because remember, there's only 21 million of them that'll ever exist, and that number is that the amount that's out there to be had is dwindling fast. And when you get prices down here in these numbers at 92, 90, whatever, could go lower, could go 80s, could go 70s, man, you're going to be seeing a lot of people acquiring Bitcoin. A lot of the institutions, the sovereign wealth funds, the companies, the states, all these big institutional players, they're going to come in and gobble it up. And so if you have your piece, try to get to one Bitcoin. If you can get to one Bitcoin, or even a tenth of a Bitcoin, you're going to do well. and it doesn't seem like it now. You're like a Gen X guy. How's that? I mean, we're taking on the chin right now. That's because you have a short-term window. You're looking at things from a short-term perspective. You need to lengthen your time frame out a little bit more. And the same thing with tech stocks. I mean, there's some AI plays right now that are a heck of a deal. Infrastructure plays, like CoreWeave. I think that's a great one. TeraWolf, there's another one. IREN, IREN, that's another one. These are great tech stocks that have been taken on the chin lately. Nvidia's been taking it on the chin. They're all find you a good semiconductor. I'm into one called it's SMH or SHM. I can't remember. I think it's SMH. It's a semiconductor ETF. I like that one a lot. I've been in that one. So look, you just have to just chill out. Okay, this too shall pass. You need to be in buy mode right now and be studying the top coins, the top cryptos out there. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm even taking some of the ones that are further down the list, and I'm taking those out, and I'm putting that into assets, those higher ones up, because when you start getting these are so depressed like this, like they are right now, these top ones, they're not going away. Now, some of those lower in the bottom, they could disappear. They could very well. If you're playing with coin number 472, there's a chance that 472 is going to be like 8 million on the market cap list, or literally go to zero. But if you're sticking to the top cryptos, you're going to be fine. So anyway, I get it. Markets it's rough right now, and we go through these. I've been through it over and over and over. Hold your head up, get your mind off of it. You know, don't spend so much time, you know, wearing yourself out about it. It is what it is. You're in this for the long haul, because the ones who are in the stuff early for the longest are the ones that are going to reap the benefits sooner than you think. So anyway, that's the video for the day, guys. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and you guys have a wonderful day. Gen X Guy out. See ya. Bye.